Hi guys, hope you're well wherever you are. Englishman in Malta here. We're trying to find the lost aqueduct of Manikata. Manikata was a very small village many years ago. In fact, from the 1500s, the Turks actually anchored off Einthofen. Einthofen is just over there. This is the nature reserve of Ministral, there, going over to Popeye village. Here is the valley of Manikata, going all the way down to Shemshir. This is excellent farmland. In the old days, they used to grow, well, they're still growing. They used to grow lots of things. It was known for the trees, because Einthofen is apple. So they used to grow a lot of apples and almonds and olives in this valley. And still now you can see the earth is really brown coloured all over. Now it's just coming alive because we had a very hot summer. Obviously the farmers don't waste that much water in the summer. Now we'll walk past a little bit and you see some of the, this is a bit bumpier. This goes up to Milia. It's a walk up to Milia. There's old ancient cart ruts, you know those cart ruts in Malta. Nobody really knows. Lots of people have ideas, but nobody really knows how they came. Especially if you want to see the best one is over by Busquet, Clapham Junction. The British called it that because it reminded them of London, the junction of the trains, because they zigzag each other. But you find them all over the island, some actually disappearing off the cliffs. So obviously maybe the cliffs disappeared, not the cart ruts. Anyway, Manikata! This village was sleepy little village. I think it was like about no more than 100 inhabitants in the old days. Then they built this over the top. You'll see the road is going up to it. Actually, this road here will be going up to the Mejjiesa bypass. The Mejjiesa bypass was the destruction of Manikata because people over this side of the island took it as a shortcut, and you find coaches and trucks and everybody going through this very small village. You'll see the village, the old part anyway, because the new part is just exploded. There it is over there, look, where that car's coming down. It's a straight road. Like all villages in Malta, they just exploded beyond belief. I remember very old days. In fact, I used to remember in '77, I'm not sure if it was her family. I had a girlfriend and she was like an instructor on the temples. And she lived over this way somewhere. I think it was in Manicata. I don't remember because it's many years ago now. And I remember the village very small. Wow. It's very, very bumpy here. A lot of the walls with the rain came down a bit here. Obviously the farmers. This is a very dangerous road because it's a bit small. We're going to find this aqueduct. I seen it when I drove past. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I seen it when I drove past. But seeing it and getting close up to it is another story. Let's see if we can come around this corner. This road goes up to Mejjiesa bypass. And you can continue on to Adira. Let's cross over. It's good to head the traffic, eh? So at least you see who's going to kill you. They're coming up fast up the hill, are they? Let's go over this side. Oh, another Stirling Moss, guys. I saw the comments last time about the Stirling Moss. There's a lot in Malta. Here, look how beautiful. I'll cross over again because it's over this side of the viaduct. I want to show you the fields. As I say, Mejjiesa, Manikata. Wow, this is fantastic soil. Here's some biter. Oh, ready to pick these. And this is dropped off the, I'm not sure what this is, to do with planting trees maybe. It blows off the trucks maybe. See how fast they come around because it's quite a high hill. You've got to go, the bypass is up the top there. Hot again, guys. Had a lovely rainstorm. Yesterday was a little bit of a sprinkling. Let's go in a bit because these guys, there's a lot of funny things around here. Ancient things. Medieval. The knights, because the Turks were parked off here, anchored off here, that's what you call a boat, not parked. They were parked off in the 1500s, before they actually attacked Burgo, before they landed in Marshallock. They anchored off Eindhoven, a whole fleet of them. They were determined obviously to take Malta, but the knights had other ideas, thank goodness, because we'll all be speaking Turkish now. They were always at odds, the knights and the Turks. Ah, here it is, look. I'm telling you about this soil, look at it. It's really beautiful. Obviously there's a lot of planting going on here. Farmers in the background here digging up. Looks like cabbage. I'm not sure what this is here. Greenhouses in the background. This valley is really beautiful. Let's carry on this side. As I say, if you stay on this side of the road, whoever hits you, you see his face. That's the most important, eh? This is a bit narrow, this road. But it widens up a little bit over there. They're taking shortcuts to get to Mejjiesa. I know it's sad for the village, but obviously you can go up to Shemshire Hill. Normally there's a lot of traffic there, but obviously they want to take a shortcut. Some people not paying attention on the road though. I see them like he's waving around. Maybe my sad day if they don't pay attention. I've got my red t-shirt on anyway, guys. I always get a comment from Thai lady, lifestyle living, she likes this red shirt. She said, oh, you've got my favourite shirt on today. Maybe she likes red, guys. What do you think? Comments below. Is Englishman more handsome in red? Hey, let's cross over. Less of the joking, let's get serious. Apart from the comments, we don't want to see your face, Steve. We want to see more of the scenery. You're not serious enough when you're talking about historic sites. Listen, I started off like that. I started my vlogs off. And I hate some of my old vlogs. I want to get rid of them. Because I was like, I wanted to pack as much history in as I could. Instead of saying 1500, I used to say, oh, October 1565. I used to have to write it down. Family ghost growing here. I tell you guys, this is a lovely, oh, this is like a sign that's gone. Oh, I tell you, the tourist boards should really do something. This must be a walk, but it says private, so maybe this is Maestral. Over there is Maestral going all the way to Popeye Village. Anyway, I digress. My vlogs, I used to try and pack as much information as I can, used to write it down, and I see my face going like this. I wasn't relaxed those days. I got more relaxed taking the video. It's even walking in Valletta, I can walk and talk, and I don't really care if people look at me. I used to be a bit nervous about it, but now I don't care if people look at me from the car. I'm going to cross. I parked here, and I thought I'll have a walk up there, but then I see a really awesome walk going right up the hills. Let's have a look at this via this aqueduct. This surprised me. Look at this, guys. There was Maltese stone. They're fascia stones, unless they were done later on. I thought it was a Maltese stone here. These are definitely Maltese. So maybe there was a top layer put on and they just made concrete and faced it. Because these are definitely Maltese. Look. This is solid Maltese and this is solid Maltese. So like this top level, so they put fascia bricks on it. Obviously this was to take water from Mejjiesa down somewhere. The Knights had the idea. There's a lovely one which I'm still trying to get to see, this obelisk in Hamroon. And I held the video back purposely for that. I've asked many people, it's in Hamroon, and the Knights built this obelisk to, wasn't Winnier Court, it was the next night after Winnier Court, maybe you tell me. in the comments. He put this obelisk because he put a tower. He was finding out this coming from Rabat on the way to Valletta. There wasn't enough pressure. Obviously the population was growing in Valletta, so that was the idea of bringing the water from the springs of Rabat and Dingley and places like that, bringing them on this viaduct, aqueduct. This one probably just served the farmers, had nothing to do with going to Valletta, but it goes underground, so who knows where it was. And there's not much information about this. Possibly built between the 15 and 1900s, so that's all the information. Manicarta Aqueduct. There's a pressure tower, I think. These were the ideas to put, obviously, where you do when you do a tank on the roof, to put a bit of pressure into the system to make it flow a bit better. There's the road that goes up to the bypass of Mejjiesa. It was a tragic event. In fact, it was put in the Times in 2012 or 13 when they did the bypass of Mejjiesa. Manicarta was writing on the wall then. It's sort of just, everybody was going through it, trucks and buses, to get up to the bypass. Oh, I saw something over here. So that's why I thought oops. I don't know what that is, that noise. We've got an angry farmer with a big shotgun coming out. But there's nothing private, it's just if you're a car. And I definitely am not a car. I want to show you this farmland. Here it is over here. Now you can help me, guys. For definite, some of these expats would know. And I forgot to Google it. I knew some time ago because I was going to do a video on them. They're these old round buildings. You'll find them in many places all over. Look at the caves. This is where they used to, cave dwellers. They used to be in Manicarta. They used to live in the caves up there and tend the farm and tend the fields. This is a lovely big valley going all the way down to Mejjiesa. I think somebody lives here. Let's have a look. Maybe we get accosted. I don't know if this is private land or what. I'm just going to show you this anyway, so no, it's falling down. Look how it was built out of soil and rock. Lovely orchards there. I think those are either olives or almonds maybe. Look at this, it's fantastic. I'm not going to go in because it looks like it's caving down. Tell me in the comments, guys, what it's called. What the name is. Looks like maybe they're restoring it. The top has fallen a little bit. These were places where they used to live in there. This is ready to plant, unless it's already been planted. We're going to go down to the village. Well, you can't call it a village now. It's maybe a town, is it? When it's a bit bigger than a village. The church is nice. It's a new church. We're going to try and explore if we'll find the old church, because there was two churches. You can tell how it expanded Manicarta. The church was built for 100 people, and in no time there was 500 people in the village in Manicarta. And then obviously now it's crazy. You see all the new buildings and flats because you've got good views over here. It's a nice way of living here, Manicarta, right near the beach. Just here is Golden Bay and Eindhoven. Eindhoven is the most beautiful beach in Malta. It's got the best sunsets. Oops, we got away with it, guys. No, sorry, I didn't know it was private land. Put the gun away. No, I'm sorry. Here there's a lot of there's a lot of rustling. True to form, guys. I would thought it would be an easy video. I was just going to walk around the village, come to this aqueduct, and I left my sandals on because when you have got the other shoes on, it's too hot, and the temperature's going back up again now. We had a little bit of a fresh couple of weeks, nice few breezes, watered the place, and we're back to the heat again. Lovely blue sky, a little bit of cloud here, but just like surface cloud, nothing special. The valley is awesome. You can walk this valley. There's a that one we started at. You can walk right across. I'm not going to do it today because they're not the greatest Not only they're not comfortable, the sand and the grit gets inside and it's a bit uncomfortable. The other one's the best. Reebok. I always buy Reebok. It's really comfortable and easy going. And it's a shame, I went over to parish, and they got like this volcanic rock about 2 years ago, and I ripped the shoes to thread. You have to be so careful because it's very sharp, that rock. Anyway, we're going back through the archway. We found it. Some lovely trees, a nice long path here. Some of these are very old trees. I think you can walk down, there's no privacy or anything here. Okay, let's go in Manicarta. I'm going to drive down, I'm not going to walk. That road is a bit narrow and dangerous. That's why I came up this way. There's supposed to be some cart ruts, but I couldn't find them, and I couldn't find them on Google. But it said cart ruts, so maybe we come across them. Maybe we find somebody to ask. Same thing in the afternoon, most people have the siesta, so let's do a thumbnail of the archway. Am I getting the archway in? Let's go, guys. We're going to Manicarta village. We see some small village that's expanded like a earthquake has taken off. It's built massive flats and things like that. Back soon, guys. Look at these big complexes here. I tell you, some contractors making some money in Malta now. There's a lovely road going to Maestral, going out to the tower. Can you see the tower? Maybe if I've got enough battery, I might drive out there and just keep the camera in my hand. This is the new church. We've yet to find the old church. I don't really know much about Manicarta, as I say. I just drove through it a few times. But I heard it's got this viaduct, it's got cart ruts. They found ancient things from way back 1500s in this area. Obviously there were cave dwellers here. Those caves over in the back end there. All sorts of things. It was always an agricultural land. Very, very good land. Here's the church here. It's very resembles that. I can't think what the name is. That sort of room they used to call them, where they used to live in them in the fields. There's a lot all around Malta, and some of them are preserving them. There's one over by the Chinese garden. I was going to go over to that one. It looks like either it's been moved there or it's been preserved. Don Manuel Grima. He's a bit green. Looks like a modern church. Oh, they've got some modern doorways as well. Here it is, I think this is the old place. As I say, it used to hold 100 people. Looks like the old church. It's not a chapel, I think. Oh, high rises going up everywhere though here. Imagine this was a very small place here. Just these old buildings here. Some lovely old buildings near it. We're jammed up with cars here. We're full of cars in Malta. I think there's no way to get around it. Let's have a look. This is the old church, I think. It's been refurbished. You can see like high rises everywhere. Now this goes nowhere, I think. I think it might come to the end of the church. Ooh! Look at the difference. They're soon to come down, I bet. This is a very busy village now. I bet they saw a big shock when the bypass opened. They were like a sleepy little place, and then suddenly all these trucks and buses that were going to Miżieb went past them. There we are. I think that's the old church. Correct me if I'm not right, because there's nothing here at all. And this is the only church I can find. There, if you want to buy direct from owner, more buildings. Oh, there's a lot of new places now. I didn't find where there's an old centre or something like that. Perhaps there was nothing in the old days, just these old buildings here. A lot of new places. This looks like an old farmhouse here. Oh, that's that same that name, Ola. We went to that place, remember, in Chadwick Lakes, called Ola. This is a bit of a sleepy place. Many new buildings, not what I expected. I thought that we could come across a little bit of the old village, but it's been knocked completely out of proportion now. The village is just no longer, I think. Let's have a walk around, see if we can find anything else. There's more farmlands going over to Eindhoven. I guess there wasn't much here when there were just farmers, you know, they just had small houses where they're doing some planting here. If I attract money like I attract cars, I'd be a rich man. Sometimes it's so quiet and then suddenly you get a whole flow of them. Beautiful. That's the road going to Eindhoven. This is the old road at on the bypass. A lot of back-breaking work. Lovely views from here though. I don't know exactly what is this. Looks like lettuce or something maybe. We're down this still spectacular views, guys. Whiter. I've never seen so much this year. It seems maybe it's a good year, or maybe I'm spotting more than you know, when you sometimes you say when you buy a car and you see so many cars the same. Oh, what's it got a fly on that? Sorry, I didn't see that too. Wow, look at this one. He's loaded. Just somebody's field, I think. Baitata shauk, if you didn't know what it is. I've mentioned it so many times. Many people like it. Many people don't. I eat it, I don't say I don't. It's not that I don't like it, it's just full of pips. What's it? I'm just having a... It seems like there's no old place here, because it would be by the old church if there was anything, or it's just got built up out of all proportion. We'll have a little walk around, see if we come across something. So we see any views from here. It's spectacular. Going towards Shamshir. Over the back is Malia. This is somebody's land here, but we'll stay and have a quick look. You can see all the crops are growing quite good now. That little bit of rain brought everything gone really good. I had some basil. It's been struggling through the summer. And what a difference when you get some real water from rain. It just bound on. It's struggling with the water you give it from the tap, and then suddenly when it has a bit of rain, boom, it went crazy. Like I did a steak. I never did this before, and it's I'm not even sure where it's from. You should try it. The sauce, garlic, basil, parsley and mint. Mix it all together. You can put it with chicken or fish or steak. It was really good. You know, put as much as you can in as basil and mint, so you get a bit of flavour. I don't think I'll put anything else in. Obviously I just put it in with the meat there, so we got the juices of the meat as well, so maybe that's what helped. But I had some left over and I put it on some bread. It was gorgeous. You've got that mint and the basil and the parsley, they all the flavours came out. I don't know whether it's a Greek, I noticed it was a Greek something or other. I just sometimes I look on YouTube. I've got a steak. I don't know what they got here. Somebody's private here. Because there's an old cave here in the old days. Many old caves around. Oh, these are old caves, look. People have taken them on, obviously. So this was the cave going back there. And even one here, an old Morty's house. Look, it's been walled off. And it goes in there. The old buildings here, look. Look, it goes in. I'm not going to, because it looks a bit unstable. But even this guy is taking it over a proper cave, eh? That's what I said. They in the 1500s, architecture, agricultural land, and they were cave dwellers. Obviously, they're getting rich over the years. More biter, look. I'm getting boring, guys, now. I'm showing you too much biter. That's what it's like inside. Ooh, that was a big wasp inside it. He's coming after me. Why you disturb me? I was munching away. Let's walk down here a bit. I'm going downhill, but I've got to go back up again. Maybe we'll come across something. Never know. Let's see what it says. St. Paul's Bay, this direction. That must be an old road for St. Paul's Bay. You know, sometimes if you hire a car and just get lost driving around, take the sign for St. Paul's Bay, you're definitely going to go in some lovely places. This is the old road to St. Paul's Bay, obviously. How lovely, going, turning and twisting and turning through the valleys there. Oh, these are old buildings, yeah. So this is old buildings next to the new ones. This is the old farmhouse. We didn't find, perhaps there isn't the core, they call it here in Malta, the core of Manikata. Perhaps there was no core. There's buildings dotted around everywhere. Maybe they've been taken down. Whoa. Who's doing the cement? Let's go a bit further, guys. Too much noise. I've been walking around, guys. Look. Manicarta, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is the Heritage Trail. I was trying to find it. I came up this street. Then I went round by the church. And on Google Maps, because it was playing up a bit, Google Maps. And I'm finally in this area somewhere. Punic graves, a wall, sorry. This area. This is the Heritage Trail of Manicarta. A lot of walls here. Let's see what we find. It's not very well signposted. You can find it on Google. It's at the back of the church. There's the church, look. There's a path. We were right by the church and we could have walked down that path. No signposts. There is a cave over there, I think. Oh yes. We'll have a little walk around. Looks like there's sort of there's one of those buildings as well. I'm gonna have to research it, those farm buildings, those round ones they used to keep animals in. There's many of them, but sadly the farmers, I think they don't really want them, so they're letting them fall apart so they can use the land. I think that's the idea of it. But there is something here. It's just no signpost though to explain to you what they are. These are cart ruts. Nobody can explain them though. Oh, there's a couple of wells here as well. There's a cart rut here. It's supposed to be a quarry. Oh yeah, there's one going there. Look at these perfect ones here. Cut into the stone. Look, it's a perfect cut. That's quite deep, that one. It goes across here to this wall. Bronze Age, it says. Manicarta, like most of the councils, don't answer you when I ask for research. I've sent, you won't believe, guys, the amount of emails I sent out to Infrastructure Malta, to the councils. Ask, I'm coming to your place, I'm going to show it on YouTube. Would you like to help me? No answer. Hatard. I was getting a bit pissed off at Hatard. I said, aren't you interested? Like, I put it in block capitals. And they said, oh, sorry, we misfiled it or something. Isn't there some graves or something? Hey, if I find any details, I'll put it below. But as yet, there's nothing. These are all Punic buildings and graves and whatever. I'm a bit sketchy guy, sorry. That's a whole Hunter's Lodge there. Another one here. Where was that building? We saw it and then it just, oh, this one is here. There's one here. Made from stone. Oh, this one's definitely blocked off. Stones have fell down, guys, the walls, due to that rain, I guess. This one's got no way in. There's the doorway.
Problem.
Doorway's bricked up, I think. Yeah, there's no way into this one. It's one of those buildings, but there's no doorway. Oh, look at the work on this, guys. No cement, just blocked. Sadly, there's no actual heritage trail. There's no pathway, no signage. I was expecting a bit more. Dun 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 dun, this is coming it's coming interesting now, guys. Stand by. Sit on the edge of your seats, guys. Englishman's gonna show you a Bronze Age. Ah, I'm getting stung. Whatever this is. This was one of those buildings, I think. Not sure exactly what this is. Somewhere to cook the food. Hey, they've got a nice place like this and they don't even pay attention to it. Eh? This is falling down as well. I don't think anybody knows about this place. Perhaps they want to forget about it so they can claim the land. Snakes, guys! It's falling down, sadly. Not sure where this quarry is. Manikata, look how it's changed. I told you that little story, guys. If there was about a dozen dozen old farmhouses when I came over here, if I'm remembering rightly. That's about all it was, clustered around the old church. I don't know when this was built, this one. It certainly wasn't here when I came over the last time. I've done a bypass when I'm going to Miżieb. I don't really come this way very often because it's a bit easier to go on the Miżieb bypass from the other direction. I don't really go through here very often. Whew. Hey, let's cut for a minute, guys. Won't waste the battery. See if I can find anything more interesting. Some Bronze Age guys or something like that. Some skeletons. This is trying to be rebuilt, or it's a hunter's lodge. I don't know. Because it's half stones and half mortise stone. This is like a shooting thing, I think. Plenty of cartridges around here. Yeah, they stand here and they try and shoot birds. I don't know how you get away with it because it's in concrete and they let them get away with it. They come over here with bags of concrete and I don't know where this goes down into an orchard. This was a wall here, so I guess it's private. They're going to plenty of cartridges. They kill the birds and they don't take the rubbish home with them. I'm sure they take the bird that they shoot home with them, but they don't take the cartridges home with them. Don't get me started on birds. I had a bit of a heated... Hey, let's just touch on this subject. I had a bit of a heated subject, and maybe they're right in some senses. Maybe it's the way we think. There was a Maltese guy they did a debate here. I think they did a vote for it or something to stop hunting, bird hunting, and they won it. The Labour was with it, and they wanted to carry on giving it to the hunters. Ooh, there's another one coming up here. And this Maltese guy said, well, what's your feeling? Normally I don't share my feelings with anybody because everybody's got different opinions, but I don't agree with it, shooting birds. Said, well, you agree with fishing? I said, well, I don't go fishing either. He said, well, many people go fishing and they don't agree with killing birds. Isn't it the same thing? You hunt for the fish and obviously you kill the fish. It's a bit of a way to think about it. Hey, there's a few of these here. That's another one. Because they're up quite high here. All made out of concrete and stones is found around. Lovely view. There's the caves over there. I want to go over one time. It's a big hike though, that. It's not very good ground. I'm not sure if to come from the top or the bottom, but we found that road, so maybe you cut across somehow from the bypass, because Miżieb bypass is up there. I guess this was the quarry. In those days, the small stones they used to quarry, obviously not the limestones. This is interesting here. Perfect shape out, eh? Not sure how deep it is. Can't see the bottom of it. Too dirty to put the GoPro in. There's another one here. Oh, another one over here. Ah, it's been filled. It must have been quite deep because they filled it up with stones so nobody gets injured. There was one woman, I don't forget where she was walking, by the top of the world, that way, Gargour. She was walking like I am now. I try and keep on the paths, and I advise you to as well, guys. But if you go a little bit off the paths, you know, in the undergrowth, you can come across one of these quite easily. Sometimes they're covered over with wood, rotted wood. I think I've told this story before. She went down about 20 foot. Was lucky that she told somebody where she's going. For sure she would have died down there. Maybe they were dug out for who knows what reason. In this area there's quite a few. This one's all filled in with stones as well. They've covered it all over. They're all filled in these. They're quite dangerous. Maybe where they took the stones out, or like a well or something like that to get water. Oh, lovely view from here. It's getting a bit greener, guys. We had a little bit spot of rain here and there. There's a tunnel here, guys. I never noticed it before. It's tucked away. Last little bit. Battery dying. Englishman dying. There's more of that one over there. Look. Those buildings. Where are we going, guys? Oh, the back end. Come on, play basketball here. Oh, back up again. I thought it was going down to the road. Oh, this is a nice view. Leave it here then, guys. Hey, hope you enjoyed it. A little wander around this old Manicarta Bronze Age village. Take care, everybody. First video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. We need more. We're over 6,000, but we're doing good. Thank you for your support, guys. Try and support it. Try and share it. And don't forget that thumbs up. I think you've got something wrong with your thumb, guys. Click it. See you, everybody. See you next video. Take care. Englishman in Malta. Young at heart, guys. You know, when we used to be young, we used to make it go over the top. My legs are too long. Anyway, just a little clip for you. Now, see you guys. I think I'll have a little sleep here. So relaxing.
I'm Englishman from Malta, and I will show you all the signs. So please subscribe to my channel and give me lots of likes.